Dear students, now we are going to see the basic elements of digital signal processing system. Mainly there are three elements in DSP: analog digital converter, digital signal processor, and digital to analog converter. The analog signal cannot be directly fed to the digital signal processor, as the DSP is a digital device. It can access only digital signal and it will process only digital signal. So we need a device for converting the analog signal into the digital signal, which is the analog to digital converter. In analog to digital converter, there are three fundamental steps. One is the sampling. Second one is the quantization. Third step is the encoding. So in the morning class, we have seen these three steps orally. So in order to explain with the help of the block diagram, I hereby capture this video and I will post in our Google Classroom. So the first step in ADC is sampling, which is used for converting an analog signal into a digital signal. Suppose if you consider a signal, analog signal, this is signal x of t. This is to be converted into a discrete time signal by multiplying this analog signal with a sampling function. This is called a sampling function, which is nothing but a series of impulses or a train of impulses. This sampling function will have a definite amplitude of unity at the integer time interval only. For example, at 0, the amplitude is 1. At n equal to 1, the amplitude is 1. At n equal to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on. So at the integer time instant only, the amplitude is 1. So when we perform the product between this continuous time signal and this sampling function, whenever a sampling function will come, at that time only the amplitude of the analog signal is traced out or is determined, because in between two samples the amplitude is 0 here. It is assumed to be 0 here. So 0 into something, the result will be 0. So we will trace out the amplitude from the continuous time signal at the integer time instant only, because at the integer time instant only there is a definite amplitude for sampling function. This is sampling function. So now perform the multiplication between these two. First take at n equal to 0. Here the value is 1. Here the value is 0. So 0 into 1, the value is 0. Then the second sample will come at n equal to 1. In between n equal to 0 and n equal to 1, the amplitude is assumed to be 0. So the amplitude from the analog signal between 0 to 1 cannot be determined. The next amplitude is traced or found out at n equal to 1. So at n equal to 1, this is the amplitude. Similarly, at n equal to 2, this is the amplitude. The next amplitude will be traced out when n equal to 3. So this is the amplitude when n equal to 3 in the negative side. Then at n equal to 4, this is the amplitude. At n equal to 5, this is the amplitude. So similarly, the amplitude levels of the analog signal are determined at the integer time instance. That means the analog signal is now defined at the integer time instant only. So in the analog signal, this is the analog signal. This is defined at any interval of time. We know analog signal is otherwise known as continuous time signal. This is defined at any instant of time, even at the fractional time interval. But for the discrete time signal, the amplitude is defined only at the integer time interval, at 0, at 1, at 2, 3, at n equal to 4, at n equal to 5, and so on. So this is analog signal, this is the discrete time signal. This is called as the discrete time signal. Here the signal is discretized in time. That means we define the amplitude at a discrete time intervals only. 10. So far we have sampled the signal. So up to this, the sampling process will be over. This is the sampled signal. So in the sampled signal, time gets discretized, but not the amplitude levels. Still, the amplitude values are fractional values. For example, actually this is 0. This is 0. At n equal to 1, what is the amplitude? For example, it may be 2.1. At n equal to 2, what is the amplitude? Which may be 2.6. Right? So if we take the amplitude of the first sample, which is 2.1, this is the fractional value. This cannot be allowed in digital. So therefore, this 2.1 is rounded off to the nearest integer value. So what is the nearest integer for 2.1? 2. So 2.1 is rounded off to 2. Similarly, what is the amplitude of the second sample? 2.6. The nearest integer for 2.6 is 3. So 2.6 is rounded off to 3. So this round off process is called as the quantization. So the quantization is the process by which the fractional amplitude values are converted into their nearest integer values. By converting fractional into nearest integer values, the fractional values are the actual values. The converted or round off integer values are these quantized values. The difference between the quantized value or the approximate value and the actual value is called as the error. This error is called as the quantization error, because the error is due to quantization process. This error, that is 2.1 minus 2, this is the 0.1. This is called as the quantization error. Similarly, the error between 3 and 2.6, nearly, what is the error here? 0.4. So 0.4 is the quantization error for the second sample. Similarly, for that is all the fractional sample values or the amplitude values are converted into their nearest integer values by means of the quantization process. So this is the quantization process. Then third step is the encoding. As you are all very familiar in digital, you know the meaning of encoding. Encoding is the assigning binary numbers to the decimal value. Here, what are the decimal values? Which is the decimal values are the output of the quantization. That is, we know quantization has converted all the fractional values into the integer. For example, the sample value at n equal to 1 is 2.1, which is rounded off to 2. This is the quantized value or the output of the quantizer. Then this output of the quantizer is purely an integer. This is assigned with the binary numbers. So assigning binary numbers for the quantized value is called as the encoding. Similarly, what is the second amplitude value, which is 2.6. This 2.6 is rounded off to the nearest integer 3. Then 3 is assigned with binary numbers or binary values 0, 1, 1. This process is called as the encoding. So these steps, sampling, converting analog signal into the signal with a discrete time instance. Then in the sampled signal, the fractional values are converted into integer amplitude values, that is called as the quantization. Then the quantized values are assigned with binary numbers, this is called as the encoding. Then the output of ADC is a digital signal denoted as X of n. Now this digital signal can be applied to a digital signal processor, where the DSP will process all the processes whichever we have discussed in the morning class. Then the processor output is given as a digital signal denoted as Y of n. Input is X of n, digital. The output of DSP is also digital. Since it is output, it is denoted as Y of n. This output of the digital system or the DSP is purely digital, which cannot be understood by the human being. So in order to make the output of DSP as understandable by the human being, we need to convert this digital into analog. So we need digital to analog converter, which will convert the digital output of DSP into analog signal denoted as Y of n. So T means analog, here N means digital. So we have given analog signal, which is converted into digital signal, then processed by DSP. The output of DSP is also a digital signal. then this output of DSP is converted into analog signal. So finally we will get the analog signal. So these three, analog to digital converter, digital signal processor, digital to analog converter, are the basic elements of DSP. That's all.